Welcome to Bariatric Business Accelerator, the podcast created for busy weight loss practitioners and their teams who want to systematize, simplify, and accelerate the growth of their new or existing weight loss practice, whether it's an independent practitioner or someone who is part of a larger group. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about a question that I get quite often, and that relates to should I or should I not put my prices for various services that I offer on my website. So this may relate to the cost for if you have a cash pay practice, or you're doing cash pay services for medical weight loss, or if you have a cash pay surgical program that you utilize, or cash pay surgery, or if you are offering a e-store for weight loss products, supplements, and vitamins, that sort of thing. So I personally have always felt as if it's a good idea to put the price out there. And I get a lot of pushback from people. And I understand that people are very used to having people come in for a free consultation or a consultation and really go through everything then. However, I like to think about the buyer's experience or the customer's experience. So if they get to my website and they've found me through lots of different organic and paid ways, they've come to my website, they are going to be interested in what I offer and that I can get them the result that they want. And I'm speaking this in a broad sense, of course, as the practitioner, what you can get them the weight loss transformation that they desire. And I want to know how much it's going to cost me, because in today's age, people are very concerned about prices. So I have always been of the mindset that I put it out there. And what happens for me, in my experience, is that it makes the whole sales process, because it begins at an earlier point, it makes it very easy. By the time they reach out to your team, by the time they're in your practice, they know exactly what is involved, and you've been very upfront all along, and it just eliminates a lot of potential friction that you may see. So your patients are actually going through a buying or a determination process when they get to your website or when they're calling your office. But the sales process does start there. So they start out with an awareness that they have a problem and that they need some help. And then, of course, they go through considerations. So this is where they're comparing you to other competitors out there in the market. And so your website needs to address this, and you need to be able to pull them in so that they know that you draw them in by the awareness that you have, and you're answering, doing videos and posts all about the things that they are most concerned about. And then you help them with that consideration phase where they are comparing back and forth. So you highlight on your website what differentiates you from other practices. For me, having prices out there has always differentiated us. People are like, I'm so glad, thank you. It's such relief that I know what it's going to involve. Now, granted, with insurance, you can't really do that, but you can at least do an insurance check, have that conversation one-on-one with them, and you can do that together. But for cash pay products and services and surgeries, you may as well oftentimes just let them know what that is, especially if it's a package price. The third phase that they're going through is their decision-making process. And if they don't have the price on your page, but they find it somewhere else, oftentimes they may just go from your page and go to that other practice and avoid making that phone call and having a full consultation and all that anyhow. So that's just my perception. I know people are thinking, oh, what if then my competitors will see what my price is and it's going to be terrible? But I don't base my decisions on competitors. I like to do things that are a little bit different. Sometimes it may be a little bit of an outlier, but I have found that most people find that very refreshing. They like the fact that you're different, that you have a unique character and a unique way that you approach them, even though it's high standards, quality care. That might be what your differentiating factor is. But as long as you can justify the cost associated with what it is that you offer, I have always personally found that it is advantageous to show your prices on your website. There may be some considerations where I where I may have a practice that doesn't want to, we go with that. I mean, you have to be comfortable with it. But for me, I've always found that it's a little bit easier to just have it out there. And then it just starts that sales process earlier. It takes away some of the friction that you might find in the sales process. And at the end of the day, you end up attracting the people who respect how you're different, what your differentiating factors are, the fact that they can see social proof on your website that you do attain results for people similar to them, and it gets them excited about working with you. So that's my experience. That's how I like to do it. And I can, like I say, when I work with practices, sometimes they'll want to and sometimes they don't. It's your call, but that's just my rationale. I've been asked about it so many different times. I thought, why not put it out there in a podcast? So that's what we're doing today. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope you can help sort of make that decision-making process for your patients easier as well. And this also helps to keep a steady stream of prospective patients who then become actual patients into your practice. And it's, to me, just an easier way for doing business. So anyhow, I hope that was helpful. And if you have opinions about that, I'd love to hear them down below. Share them. If you're not subscribed to the podcast, please subscribe. And if you're not a member of membership, go to bariatricbusinessaccelerator.com and check it out. And I hope you have a great day. Until the next time, take care.